welcome. Welcome to the stream and our hangout when we will discuss surviving rain. How are you, Sandra?
I'm pretty good. I have had a pretty good day, and the weather's been nice. The only thing bad in my life at the moment is my cat. I think something have bitten her tail, so
Ow.
it was this close that we had to book a time for the veterinary, and I couldn't do this tonight, but we called them and they said that just keep her inside and look after her because we think she got this bite sometime last week. And
Okay, so I haven't noticed it.
no, we've noticed that her tail's been hurting, but we haven't
Mm,
noticed blood and oozing.
no.
But she's lost a bit of hair around the wound, so
Ah,
we just
okay.
need to keep her from licking.
Yeah.
Mm. And how are
Okay.
you?
Yes, I am very, very good. It's been a rough couple of nights with lesser sleep, but that's just my life. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to it, but it's fine.
Oh,
Yes. So this book,
this
we
book.
we made it through.
Yes.
How long did it take you?
Uh, I didn't count the minutes, but it was pretty close that I did because it was so many times I looked how much time is left in the book.
Mm,
Just that many hours, and then I had to speed it up.
yeah.
And I'm not used to speeding up the audiobooks, so that was new for me.
I actually didn't this time. I did it with the last book just because I have already read it once, so I
Mm,
felt like it didn't matter so much, and it was long,
yeah.
so I uh, uh, speed it up. But I didn't do this with. I'm not sure why. I just felt like I had the time anyway.
That's good.
So, uh, but I definitely didn't read it in like 2 days that you can do sometimes. Like sometimes,
No,
just
it was a struggle to get
yeah.
through this. I wanted to give it a fair chance, and I
Mm,
started to listen to the audiobook while we did inventory at work. That's a 2 days journey.
yeah.
And it was so many times that I almost shouted out loud, like, what are you saying? What is this I'm listening to?
Yeah.
So I just started 2 hours or something, and then I went over to something else.
Yes.
uh,
Well, I felt the same, but I did it not only to give it a fair chance. I really want us to have this discussion, and it's not
mhm.
fun if you haven't read it. Of course, we don't have a rule that you have to finish it, but
No.
it is better if you do. And I think it can be a good discussion. uh,
Yeah, and some
yeah.
books you just need to give time because they surprise you in the end, and you go, "Wow, this was what I was waiting for!
Mm,
Finally!" Mm, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe not this
Sorry,
book.
I wanted to look up some comments of this book. I'm just
Hmm.
sur- surviving rain. There we have
Yeah. I actually did a few hours into the book because I wanted to know if I was the only one who'd felt like giving up and
it.
couldn't stand the book. And then I saw all the comments, and almost 99% of the comments went, "Oh my god, this is the best book this year, and I
Mm.
love it! Oh, it's the second time I'm reading this."
Exactly.
So I was shocked. And
Yes, and I really wanted to have someone in the chat who really liked it, just
Mm.
to have a real discussion about it. Because as I read, I know, I don't know, but my interpretation of these comments is that there are some women here that likes bad mouth bastards. I don't know if it is
Yeah.
a fantasy. You don't really want it in life, but in the books it's safe, and you kind of get turned on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm not. That's my interpretation.
I'm not kink shaming anyone.
No,
It just isn't a turn on for me.
no.
So it's hard to see other points of view
Yeah, but
when it comes to
I like
these
sweet
kinds of
boys.
characters. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
sweet and just not too.
I have no
Uh,
problem with a male character that knows what he wants. That doesn't. I mean, that it
mhm.
can be a little bit buff. What do you say? Uh,
Mm.
bufflig was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Swedish word I was trying to translate.
Um,
It's okay if it is a
I
little
want to
bit
say a
strong.
jock kind of type where you look harder on the in outside than you are on
Yeah,
the inside.
exactly. I can do that, but this was just too much.
Mm. Yeah, and
Some would
I
say
always
okay.
have such a hard time for characters that always use the cussing words every single
Exactly.
sentence.
I don't like it.
Uh,
I don't like it either.
Hello, Facebook user.
Yeah, sorry, we can't see your name if you write on Facebook. I'm not sure why, but so who are you? Is it Santi?
Or maybe
Santi?
Ebba. I'm
Maybe
not sure.
Ebba?
Yes,
E-type! Yay!
E-type.
Welcome!
And cue an E-type song.
Yeah, exactly. That would be good.
Yeah.
Um, well, I will read the first comment.
Hmm.
Uh, and this is her reread, so she really liked this book. I just love this book. I love asshole Bastian and how much he loves Raine. Still as good every single time. Och det var her second review. This is the original.
Hmm.
There has been ton of awesome reviews on this, so I'll keep it short. What a great book. I love every second of it. The storyline flowed along so fast and smooth, and the characters were really fleshed out. I don't see that. It is obvious that the author did some research for this, and yet the facts and background details never muddle the story the way they sometimes do. A testament to a true storyteller. I guess that could be right because I don't know much about surviving. Oh, no, I forgot to turn off my phone and I told you last time to do it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Or right, and not have it on the table so it buzzes.
Yes. Uh,
I think I can understand uh, in one way what she says because it's not often you get alcoholics as main
no.
characters in books, and
Mm.
it's not always they actually had pretty fleshed out backstories and
Well, I
the
guess they had. I just didn't like the personalities. I mean, it was more the
right,
personalities.
yeah,
They had a background, but I just didn't feel they fit. Well, I guess
mm,
Bastions were more believable,
believable,
believable
yeah.
than Rain, than Rain, because
Yeah,
actually I thought she was really stupid, and I was
so
annoyed by her.
gullible.
Yeah, exactly. And I just felt, who is this? I don't know. And I just really annoyed about these young people that just don't know anything.
Mm.
I didn't like
And
that.
I went through the whole book thinking, why did she have to write from Bastian's point of view? I can't stand being inside his mind for this many hours. But
Mm.
I'm not sure it would be better inside of Raine's head.
No, I don't think either, because she
No.
feels a little bit. Well, I guess she is supposed to feel innocent, but
Yeah.
she felt a bit airheaded, to be
Mm-hmm.
frank. Well, okay. Uh, this is the uh, sorry, the continue of this review.
Oh,
I
right.
love the main characters, and I really enjoy the story being told from the lead male character's point of view. You know that moment when you're reading a book and you actually have an epiphany. Wow, I'm reading a really good book. I totally got that reading. I totally got that reading this, which I love. Definitely on my keeper reread list. Can't wait for number 2 to come out. And don't get us wrong, we don't think that this person's opinion is not valid. Of course
No.
it is. We are
No,
just
I'm so
different
happy.
opinions. Yeah,
So many people loved this book,
because it
because
wasn't
I
like
didn't.
it wasn't bad writing or anything. It was
No,
just
no, no.
we don't like these kind of characters because there was just too much self-hate and outrage behavior that I just it
Mm,
was too much of it. Even if I well okay, maybe this would happen, but uh, I'm a bit tired of this trope also that women can change this damaged men. And I know the last book was a little bit the same, but
mm,
much more modeled out. So I didn't really feel this strongly. I know Ebba E-Type did this male character that's very hard inside and he kind of melts because of this woman. It's a big trope, and I not sometimes I think it's okay, but in this was too much for me.
mm.
Yeah. You guys
Right.
really gave up. This a fair chance to as you read the whole thing. I gave up. Yes.
Mm.
It's okay.
I was so close to giving up, but
Yeah.
since I was the first one getting into the book and started it, I didn't want to ruin your experience if I asked you, "Hey, have you started a book yet?
Mm.
Are you going to finish it, or should I give up as well?" Uh,
Yeah, and I kind of ended that dream for you by saying, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to give it a try. I want this
yeah,
discussion to happen.
and in one way, I'm happy you did, because I'm in one way happy I did finish this book, because when you got through, I don't know, 50, 60, 70% of the book, uh,
Yeah.
you finally got answers to some of the backstory and why the
Mm,
characters acted the way they did. And as we said, it's actually pretty good writing.
mm,
It's just unbearable characters.
yeah.
And I looked up the other books that Shay Savage have written,
Mm,
and unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to pick up another book by her, because it looks like the same kind of tropey guys as
mm,
leads in the books.
mm.
Uh, so just not my cup of tea.
No, exactly.
Mm,
So that was our general thought of this book. I don't think
mm.
we should go into it more, but how about the world building? And maybe more about how she describes survival and this point of view.
Mhm. I actually had a few moments that was a bit of a aha. As with it's one scene in the book where they are brushing their teeth, and
Mm,
Raine have a comment about, oh, if only it had some minty flavor, because they use something else, just some kind of brush,
mm,
wood or something from a scavenge.
la- something, yeah.
And he says that it's actually the active brushing that's helping the most. The toothpaste doesn't do that much, actually. And I went, I wonder if that's true. because that's good to know if I'm ever in a survival situation.
Yeah, I will leave if we went to a dentist and ask them. They will say, no, 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 you need the
Mm,
floor.
yeah. My dentist even asked, "Are you using a regular or an
Mm,
electric toothbrush?
yeah.
Does it matter?" Yeah, it does.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess
Yes.
I'm buying an electric one. Mm.
Do they ask you what you drink also and what you eat? I mean, my
Uh,
dentist is really hard.
mm.
She like writes down, but oh, you drink juice in the morning? But,
Oh no.
yeah, I need to eat. I can't just drink water just because it does something to my teeth. I don't
No,
know.
the only questions I've had was when I was younger, if I smoked or used tobacco.
Mm,
Snooze, you know.
snooze. Yes.
And I think that's pretty standard questions. They want to know if it's anything acid in your mouth. And that I had a colleague that got asked if she drank a lot of soda, and
Mm,
she went, "No, I don't drink that much soda. Do you think I do?" Yeah, because it looks a little bit like it on your teeth. I drink bubbly water. Oh, that's it. Because you put
okay.
acid in the
Aha.
carbonation. So that's why you put acid on your teeth when you drink something bubbly. Um,
Aha. I didn't know that either. We have
the
learned
more you
many things today. Yes. Uh, well, I also think well, this describing of how you survive, and I did enjoy a bit about him teaching her how to survive, but it just his damn attitude that this
know.
kind of destroyed it for me, and I don't understand how she fell in love with him. Of course, yes, he breaks down sometimes and cries and everything that, but still, and this
I would be so
obsessive.
tired of him at that point
Yeah,
that I wouldn't
yeah,
care.
no,
Oh, pity
Shut
you,
up.
but you're too much, dude.
Yeah, and this
Uh,
obsessive thing. I don't know why, uh, but it seems like girls at least likes to read about this kind of guy. Maybe they don't want to date them, but they want to read about these obsessive guys that if another guy even looks at her, he want to
mm,
smash his head in. And I don't understand that.
no.
I mean, I like guys that kind of is proud of their girl. See my beautiful girlfriend, or I like that kind of guy. I
Yeah,
just don't
yeah, yeah.
understand.
And a guy, a partner you can be open with,
Yeah.
someone. If I had a guy that wanted to punch every single
Mm,
person who looked at me, I would freak out eventually.
yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
that's not healthy behavior.
No.
um,
Sorry.
but otherwise, this world building,
Mm,
I think I've never been to the Caribbean, so I'm not really sure what happens there.
no.
But I guess there are islands, and I guess there are water, and especially the part where there's people. In some point of the book, there were a group of guys uh, who was bad.
Yeah.
They dealt with trafficking and stuff, and
Mm,
yeah, maybe that's true as well. I haven't read up enough on the Caribbean to know
no,
how
me
well
neither.
the world building was.
No.
But survival wise, I think it's accurate in
Yes.
many places.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm.
So yes, next is the characters we have already discussed.
Mm,
Because there are some other characters in this book.
yeah.
Maybe we could talk about it's Landon. There was the guy that kind of adopted Bastian and made him a killer. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the weird thing. I was wondering, is that a real thing? It sounds like Fortnite, like
I've
they
never
playing Fort.
played
Okay, you
Fortnite,
have not
but
either, but I heard about it because
mhm.
that's the gay. The game is that you fly in some people like to an island, and you need to be the last man
Mhm.
standing. Tell me
All
if I'm
right,
wrong.
yeah.
But
When you tell it like that, I only think of Battle Royale.
yeah,
So, but I guess
exactly. There are
that's
lots of other
another
games that
trope.
is.
It's an interesting thought, and it's
I really hope
interesting.
that's not an existing thing. But I don't
Probably,
know.
if people can think it, they are also doing it.
Yeah, probably.
So,
Scary.
unfortunately, I would guess it's happening somewhere around the world. I
Mm,
mean, we had gladiators back in,
yes.
yeah,
Robinson.
yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah, but they didn't kill each other. Just went home. Or did
Or did
they?
they? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh.
Well, yeah, Landon was really creepy kind of
Mm,
character, I think, and we hear about in the epilogue. Was it the epilogue or was it?
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't close.
Is that spoiler? Uh,
Oh, yes, maybe. Oh, I I shouldn't be
I never
doing.
care about spoilers, so
Yeah, I know. Okay,
uh,
where is it? Spoiler
yeah,
alert. Yes,
yeah. In the epilogue, we got to see Landon's point of view when it came
yes.
to uh, the surviving Raine and Sebastian, and
Mm.
his plans on moving on. And ugh,
Ugh. Yeah,
I know people love
exactly.
this book, but opening up for a second book, just no,
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 we don't need
no.
it. But
I
there are
don't.
some who want it, so we are happy for them.
Yes. Mm.
Don't make us read it. Uh,
Oh,
or
if we ever
should
have
we?
a
No.
no, I was just thinking maybe if we had a poll and it's continuations of books we've read before, and people just want to torture us. So
Yes.
we take the second one is this in this series.
Maybe we should
Yes.
make a poll with all the worst books we have ever read. If I need to read the second one. No.
And
Oh,
make
jeez.
Linnea go through the second
But she
part
has
of
already,
Flame in the
yeah,
Arrow.
but she has already read the second one. So I mean, she's better than us
Yeah,
in
she
many
is.
ways.
Didn't she even read the third or
Yeah, I
something like
think
that?
so. She went
Ugh.
quite a bit
She's
with
a
that.
badass.
Yeah, she is.
It goes like Ebba, you and me, and Linnea.
Yes. Or she is a masochist. I'm not sure what, but
Mm,
something is
maybe.
it.
Right, yeah.
She wanted to know how it ends or
Mm.
something. I don't know.
Now that's a
Well, yes.
torturous reality TV ID. Yes, yes, E-Type. That's true. Oh,
Yes. Should
are
I
we
have
done with
maybe?
spoilers? Ooh.
Should I have the comments here? I forgot I
Mm.
could have that. We can see them now, but it's if they come
All
any
right.
new, it will happen there.
Or is it sad that there aren't coming any?
Yeah, but no one is commenting.
um,
Yes, and the more characters.
mm,
Can we take away the
the spoiler.
spoiler alert?
The other characters are the best friend
Mm,
to Raine. I don't remember her name because I wasn't
here's a
invested
comment. Thank you.
enough.
Thank you, E-Type. You're the
Thank you.
best.
The best of the best.
Yes.
And I guess she was preppy and nice, and she really wanted what was best for Rain.
Yeah.
She would have been a more interesting character to follow in this book. Uh,
Mm.
if she got shipwrecked and
Yeah, exactly.
ended
But
up on an
it's
island.
just it would have been better if they were more aligned with each other. If she had
Mm,
been more not this innocent like she if she had been more like no it's enough. She
yeah.
has a little bit of that, but
Hmm.
too little in my opinion. That
Yeah,
would be
she's the
much better.
biggest doormat, and he
Yes.
he probably have diplomas on his wall with "I'm the
Yeah.
biggest asshole."
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
how
Oh,
they two come to be, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
And that's another thought I had when it comes to relationship.
Mm,
Uh, that if they just started their relationship at the end of the book, they were pretty nice to each other, and I could see why they liked each other.
mm.
But the first part of the book, I don't see how they can
Get
fall for
over
each
that.
other.
But I guess
No.
okay, he was in what do you say when you sorry.
The comments.
What would you bring to this story if you're shipwrecked and stuck with the two main characters? Well, like a
Mm.
gun. But I guess Bastian would have killed me before I even got the gun up. So
Yeah, yeah. He was pretty good at fighting.
and killing. Yes.
Oh, my initial thoughts were an axe, because
Mm.
it's always good with an axe. You can cut down trees, you can make firewood, you can kill Bastian if he gets just too much, and I would kill him in his sleep because, as we said, I wouldn't win a fight. Yeah, axe is good. Or my second thought was earplugs or something to gouge my eyes out with. But I don't hate myself enough for that.
No.
So I'm
Well,
sticking with the axe. Yeah.
that's a good that's a good choice.
Yeah.
What what I was saying, it is okay. I don't know how it is to go through what you say when you go out of uh, the buzz. If you're an alcoholic and the
Mm,
drying out period,
yeah.
I don't know if how accurate it is. It probably is, but still, I, even even after that, he was still very rude to her for no
Yeah.
reason, just because no one loves me and I can just be an asshole,
Mm.
and I
And
just
it
don't
was just
understand that.
time after time after
Yeah, it was
time.
too much of
And
it,
yeah.
and I guess that would be because we were in his head all the time.
Mm.
But that wasn't the worst, actually, the worst part for me. That was him talking to his dick like every other minute. That was the fucking worst part.
Ooh.
I was
Yeah. Hmm.
or talking about his dick in third
Or
person.
just telling a stranger to suck his dick.
Yeah,
What? No. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Consent.
yeah, it was really bad moment.
Mm.
Yes, what? Yeah, then so the relationship we really don't understand how it can be, but I guess
Yeah.
she has that character that really wants to to take care of someone, and I don't know.
Yeah,
She
as I
wants to.
said, they had something genuine in the end, but I still don't see how they could get that far into a relationship. And I really like the comment Linnea wrote. Did you read it
No,
earlier in the Facebook
no.
group? Because she wrote that she started to read this book as a romance and
Mm.
hated it so much. But if you don't read it as a romance, then it's a whole other book, and you can see it from other point of views, and it's a whole other experience.
So
Uh,
how? So what kind of book should you read it as? More like a just a fiction,
A fiction,
general fiction.
an understanding of a person's psyche, I guess, or
Yeah.
uh, just an adventure with uh, a male with a distressful background,
Mm,
surviving on an island, and yeah, all the other aspects in the book.
mm.
Just cut the romance, and this could actually be pretty good. Not according to a lot of people, but
But yeah.
we can have two different versions of the book: the one with and the one without romance.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be. Uh, it could have been a bit about two guys not having
Mm,
like sexual love, more like a brotherly love.
yeah.
Just because that is the essence, that he
Mm,
has never been loved, and that's what they want to show. But it's too much about him just bitching about stuff, and they having sex, or him thinking about sex, and it just takes
mm,
over the whole story.
yeah.
And I thought the this is also a spoiler alert. I think the whole thing about the father and him being the witness, it felt a little bit too easy. To understand what I mean? Convenient.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really
Or
believe that.
a too good to be true happenstance,
Yeah.
uh, that the two people that accidentally end up on an
Mm,
island together shipwrecked are
yeah.
the two people that's connected her to her father being murdered and
Mm,
him witnessing it.
mm.
That there's a lot of people in this
Yeah.
world.
Of course it can happen, but then you should
Yeah.
have some kind of story in there that kind of
Mm,
uh, brings it together, why this happened. That maybe
mm,
I thought a long time that it was something weird about the ship being shipwrecked. Maybe it had something to do with that, but it
mhm.
didn't, and that
And
was
that
a bummer.
maybe Landon had given her a prize to
Yeah,
go on this ship adventure, and he made the ship sink or something like
yeah,
that because he wanted to kill them both in one strike or something like that.
something. Yeah, something that would explain it, because it's just too convenient, and
Mm.
I didn't like that. That's not good storytelling
So,
to me.
sometimes it's excellent storytelling. In
Okay.
Yeah, but because sometimes, especially if you read funny books or n- not something that are looking pretty serious, like this was
No.
supposed to be a pretty serious uh,
Yeah.
romance book with uh, character with hard pasts.
Mm.
But if you just write a comedy and
Mm.
oops, here's
Yeah.
this
Yes. Yeah.
person who
Exactly.
just happens to be here, then it can be just excellent.
Yes. I take down a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yes. So the story was mainly just them trying to survive,
Mm.
and him like
Mentally
tell.
and physically.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm.
And kind of in the way also telling about the backstories, and it was more about his backstories than hers, but I guess she didn't have. It's more about, yeah, what happened to her
Yeah.
father.
Hmm.
I don't think that's a spoiler. Something happened, and so that's the story. Really. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they find food, they
they
drink
exactly.
water, they.
Some guys come there and tries to take her.
Mm.
That's a little bit, well, like the storytelling, that first we got go through this part, and then this happened to make it a little more exciting, and
Mm.
yeah, and then comes the end, and guess that's a spoiler alert again. So, what did you think about the ending?
I think I went into it earlier when I raged
Yeah,
about Landon and
yeah.
the opening of another book.
Mm.
um,
But you did enjoy the more genuine relationship they had.
yeah, yeah, and especially that it was pretty sweet that he thought that when she had other alternatives, that he wouldn't leave her.
Mm.
He would leave her. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But she didn't. She was there. We got the strong character we wanted all the time.
yeah,
Fuck you!
exactly,
I'm not going to leave.
exactly.
So that was what we asked for. We
Yeah.
got it.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. Shit, because that's what exactly.
mm,
Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but that's it was just the unbalance between them that was the worst, and he could have just toned down, and she could have built up a little more, and then it would have been a better story. Even if I,
mhm.
I know some people would still hate it, but I think I could have endured it much more if that was the case.
Yeah, I liked your idea to have a brotherly love or something like that. Just
Yes,
something platonic
tonic.
between
Because
non-gay
then you don't have
guys.
the romance part, and
Yeah.
you can still have that kind of journey from for
Hmm.
him, but uh, not without the sexual part.
Yeah. But I think like for Ebba, giving up after 10 minutes when you absolutely hate the book, that's all right, because if you didn't enjoy it at the beginning, you wouldn't enjoy it that much reading the whole book.
Mm,
Um, so I don't think you miss out that much if you skip this one and go on to the next book.
no, definitely not.
Not in
But
this
I do
series,
enjoy
but
this
another
discussion.
book you want to read.
Not the second, but yes, go on the second. I think that's better.
Take the second book. But wasn't
So-
that the deal that we read it first and Eva read the
yeah,
second?
exactly.
Uh, yeah, too
No,
many good books. Uh, and
yes,
I think that the next book I read, I will enjoy so much more.
probably. You have not started the next book?
I have not.
Yeah,
No.
put down yes. So the next book is the Silver Metal Lover. Am
Mm-hmm.
I right? I have
Yeah.
started it a little bit.
Ooh.
I think that's a young adult. Yes, it is. It's a young adult. So it's another kind of story. Yeah, exactly. It's always good to read the garbage.
Mm. Yeah. What's the author?
Um,
Tanit Lee. Yeah, Tanit Lee, the Silver Metal Lover.
yes.
Uh, and it's a pretty old book, or
Yeah,
is
I
that
think
just
so.
me imagining? Because I've seen so many covers, so
Yeah, I know. The cover is kind of weird, but because
then
it feels
I
related.
love so many. There's 10 different covers, so that's why I thought it
Oh, you mean
was.
like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's why I thought it was an old book, because if you release a book 2 years ago, you don't go through that many covers usually. Uh, let's see here. Uh, but I think a lot of the covers are good in different ways. I haven't read the books. I don't know how they're related to the story, but it looks like a fun read. 1999, so
Mm,
just before the millennia.
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't like the cover for the
Which
audiobook
one?
either.
Which one is that?
Well, we
Uh,
can check.
do it. Screen share as well.
Yes. think it's this. This is the one I have on my anyway, so it should be the same. Share screen. This one.
It's older than 1999. Yeah, first published 1981. All
Ah,
right, I did read it wrong. That's the one for the audiobook.
I think so.
Hmm,
That's the one I remember. So
all right. I don't
no,
think
it
it's that
wasn't.
bad.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't. Sorry, my bad.
Hmm.
See if I can find that then. It's this one.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. I've seen that.
Mm.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's
but I
like
don't. I know, but I don't like this either. I don't know. It just looks so weird. But Ebba
I
likes it.
love them all in different ways, but maybe that's the art fag in me that just
Yeah,
appreciates art.
I like this.
Uh, yeah, I think that's from a comic cover or
Ah,
something like that. So
I like
maybe
this
if we'll, yeah, th- there we have the disco glitter
one.
that
Yeah,
we needed for the last episode. It
exactly.
looks marvelous. But yeah, the audiobook one looks very photoshoppy.
Yeah,
Uh,
it does.
yeah.
But I kind of like he looks, but not in this better than this. I don't know. I don't think he's. But it just feels so old, and I don't know. It's supposed to be in the future.
He's serious.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the future, but it feels like we are like in a historic novel, and I kind of think that it reads like an historic novel, but they talk
Yeah,
about robots. I'm not really sure
especially
if that.
when he's having a lute and playing
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Renaissance clothing.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So he's not a bard at a Renaissance fair in the future, then.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe he is. I have
But you said you
only read.
started it.
Yes, I did. But she kind of just meets him. Um, yeah, he is standing in front of a theater. A jungfru.
Jungfrun som
Okay.
älskade silver, vad är detta? Of course, it's translated to Swedish since it's from the 80s.
Uh,
Is it the one with just the lips?
I can.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Lips
this
and a
one?
moth.
Yeah, this is the.
Hmm.
They have talked about this kind of book covers in the science fiction group, science fiction fantasy group
Hmm.
on Facebook. That this was a phase when they had all their covers in this yellow, the Delta science fiction.
Oh, right. Um, I'm not drawn into the book with this
No,
cover. I think every other cover I've seen um, is
but I guess it's
better.
a bit of nostalgia. But
Yeah, the maid who loved silver.
yeah,
um, mhm.
give me weird.
Really weird.
Yeah, wild lips. Maybe
We're
it
not
will
sure.
reveal itself. I'm not sure. I'm not come that far. But yes, but as I said, I only read. She meets him in like a square before a theater because she's going to the theater with her friend, and she's kind of freaked out him being so much like a human because they are the
Mm.
first kind of models that looks like humans, and
Right.
that's how far I have to.
But how? Maybe I shouldn't ask. I should read myself.
Maybe.
I was just thinking, how can she see that it's an android? Because it feels a bit
She has told about
Westworldly.
them before. Because she lives. I'm not sure where she lives, but she kind
Mm.
of went to. She goes onto a ferry before she likes going into town. So in my mind, she's in New York.
Oh,
And
he's
oh yes,
silver,
he's silver. And
of course.
there is a robot there that has a head. It didn't have a head before. So she asks, "Why do you have a head?" And then this robot tells that this is the new kind of format or something for the robots, and they will be at this and this and this place, so you can look at them.
All right.
So
Yeah.
and yes, he's
Okay.
silver
Yeah.
also.
So it's a little bit like Westworld, but the androids are silver.
I'm
Maybe
not sure
no.
if it's Westworld.
We have seen the loot. We have seen the
It's not
16th
like
century clothes.
you have a kind of order this that I want this adventure. It's not like that. It's just they have put out these robots, and
In the
you
world.
want
Yeah.
people to buy them, like in
Ooh, it makes me think.
reclam.
Yeah,
Sorry,
commercials. Yeah.
commercials. It's like commercials.
Uh,
So you can ask the robots for their like serial number, and if you want to buy them.
nice. It makes me think a little bit about. I read a manga when I was younger called Shubits, and there were also a lot of models who looked like humans that you bought if you wanted a robot for yourself and your
Yeah,
home to do your chores or
whatever.
sexy times.
Yeah.
Every model existed. Hmm.
Okay. Yes.
Facebook
Start
user 2.
user two. We don't know who you are, but well, the consensus that we hate it, but there are a lot of people that love it. We think it's too much effing and jeffing and him talking about his dick,
Mhm.
and well, kind of unbearable characters. And we didn't like the imbalance between them because she was very, oh, Linnea,
Hi,
hi.
Linnea.
And yeah, she was very like innocent and a little bit stupid in my opinion. She asked questions that I don't think you should ask when you are 20. That's my opinion. She felt like she had not been anywhere in the world. Uh, and him being very overbearing and just a bastard.
Yeah.
So we didn't like anything about the book, even
Mm.
if there was some parts. I guess the world building was okay. They did. She did look up. I guess she did research about survival techniques and things. So, well, I
Yeah,
guess.
and we also said that you're a better human than we are because
Yes.
you tend to read the second books in series we hate, and we're
Yeah.
not going to read this second book, but
No.
maybe Linnea will
Yeah. Maybe.
because she's a cray cray. Uh,
Exactly. So yes, that's the consensus.
yes, and I don't think we have anything else on
No, I don't
surviving
think so.
raid.
No.
Uh,
Probably. Yes.
oh yes, she's at the top of the pyramid, ladies and gents.
Yes.
In this battle royale, the winner is Linnea
Yeah. Every time.
every time.
Oh, I'm all.
Oh.
And Ebba is the loser. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry,
No,
Ebba. No.
she read maybe 5-10 minutes. That's better than
Yeah.
one. Oh.
Yes.
Mm,
she is a completionist, yes.
yeah.
Completionist. Yes.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to be it, but not anymore. Uh,
Yeah, we know.
Did you make it
We-
through
yeah,
all the
all of them.
sequels?
Oh
Uh,
my
that's the biggest question. I know you
yeah.
went through the second and maybe the
I
third,
didn't
but
even make through the first.
no, right.
I
I
I
finished the first, but that was it.
no,
No more.
yeah.
Oh God.
After
Uh,
the big nothing happened, I just felt no.
mm,
This is enough because I really love the beginning and I think it could have been good if she just cut it down a little bit. Guinness World, yes, exactly.
or maybe we can have our own Viking Booty award.
We should. We should
Mhm.
definitely.
Which is a pity because Linnea will win it every year.
Yeah.
We don't
But
have a
maybe we should
chance.
have different kind of uh, awards. We can have award for like giving up.
The biggest quitter.
Biggest quitter, yes.
And then the question is, do you have to start it to be the biggest quitter? Or uh,
Don't even starting it. No, I guess
is
that
the bigger the quitter the one who doesn't even start it, or the one
no.
who just goes 5-10 minutes into the book?
I think you have to start it.
All right.
Finally. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should have that. We should have that. Oh, like a podium. We can have like a virtual podium.
Yes. We'll
Oh, that
see
would be
at the
great.
end of the year what categories we can come up
Yes,
with.
that's a good idea. We should have that.
Mm.
But we just have to make notes of what awards we should have, and then we have a big
Yeah.
gala, like a
Yeah.
Christmas gala.
Mhm. Ooh, I love it!
Yes.
Because as you know, I'm not much for Christmas, but galas
Uh,
and new beginnings, New Year's.
yeah, revive the
It's
bingo. Yes, we should do that. I have not. I don't know
the
where
bingo?
it went. Yeah, we made like a bingo
Yes!
that we if
Ooh,
something
I
happened.
forgot about that.
Yes, we
Oh,
should.
yes, that did happen.
I don't know where it is, but maybe there is in our. Ah, yes, of course you do. Bling bling Ebba.
Oh, me too, me too. Let's
Yes,
put on the prettiest dresses we own and make the most fanciest outfit we can put together
yes.
and
And what
drink all
should we
night
have like
long.
awards? Yes, we need to find that kind of the sheet you made, Linnea. I'm not
Mm,
sure. Maybe there are in our Facebook group somewhere. I'm not
I
sure.
would guess so.
Yeah,
Uh,
it should be. We should
it's
definitely
just a
bring it
lot
back.
of scrolling to get to it eventually.
I think we can go directly to the photos. Maybe we
Hmm.
can find it
But
easier.
I still think there's a lot of
Yeah, it
scrolling to
probably
do.
is. Probably is.
Oh,
Oh
yes,
yes,
perfect.
perfect,
Uh,
perfect.
mm.
Well,
All right,
that
that's some decisions made.
yeah, perfect.
Mm.
I will put down there. Yes. So please follow us on Twitter and on Instagram, so you don't miss when we have this kind of um, talks, hangouts, book
Mhm.
discussions. So we'll see you next month when we will discuss the silver metal lover.
Yes.
Yes. So bye bye.
Bye bye.